Today, Precarious plays
Phantom Brave.
Did I merely imagine those rainbow feathers? I'm an old fool. Huh? Are those voices? Am I hearing things now as well?
I mean, you could be, but...
Monster count.
Monster count. I thought, sister count.
Teamster count.
Count Malt!
So cute.
Are you alright, sir?
Marona! Ash! Is it really you?
Yes, now I need to borrow you. And then she just puts him on her head and takes the other two and just like has
Puts
them
them
cling.
on her feet.
I was gonna say like the arms, but the feet's funnier. Boots. These are my new boots until I get back
Boots
to town.
and hat.
Wait,
Boots.
it's too dangerous. You need to get out of here.
Too late for that.
That's big.
Oh.
There it is. That's the cause of this weather. The shadows of sulfur. If only Scarlet the Brave was here.
Now that we're so far into the story, I think that a medium...
Shadows of sulfur?
I think a medium shade. Something bigger than this, but smaller than the really ghastly crucified entrail monster
Yeah.
would have been appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Because after all of those particles, I was expecting something
A little bigger.
a little beefier than this guy.
Does he have more color?
Sulfur is sending pieces of himself to wreak havoc across Ivoire.
Do you mean, like, I do
Like,
see the
this
little
model
shading.
seems like a little bit more tough because of the shading and because I think he is slightly larger, but not very much.
I don't think so. I think that you are. I think that those are the particles. Particle
Making
chaff.
me wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is Sulfur's doing. That means Sulfur killed Hayes and Jasmine. And me. Did fate bring me here to have revenge at last?
Do you not remember?
Maybe.
Or no, he just didn't. He had never heard them called the Shadows of Sulfur. Okay.
I don't have much choice. I have to end this here.
What is he doing?
What do you mean?
You'll
Is
go
he
no
straightening his
further.
scarf?
For her sake, I will not fail!
I think that he was adjusting his cuff
Oh.
of the sleeve. Cactus, you're a long way from home, I think.
He's like, I know. But his
really
little arms
cold.
are in the air and he's like, it's not good. I was just here yesterday and it was okay and now it's not. Trying to live my
So,
life, man. Look at all the dead things around.
a lot of these have damage 10% on them. Do they all have damage 10%? Wow. Wow. Is that to represent the blizzard? Yeah, that's pretty clever. Too bad for you guys. Okay. Hello. Too bad for you guys that Marona is here and is going to do one of these.
Oh. What a colorful vents.
Dang it, for real? I might end up having to do a hair more grinding. Because I was sort of expecting that to be a quadruple kill. I guess it's really only the boss that's at my level.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna be here for so long that the 10% damage is going to matter that much. What was I talking? The same thing I'm always talking about. It was this guy at 5. That was a ruse. It was a fake. I knew what I was talking about.
Oh, I was going to ask if you'd actually played with Morona in any of the Disgaea games.
No. But I've read about her abilities, and generally speaking, they're pretty clever. They have found ways throughout the series to represent her phantom manipulation.
I just don't think that it's fair that she hasn't gotten another game, you know?
A lot of people feel that way about a lot of their favorite smaller NAS titles. I think it's sort of criminal that Soul Nomad hasn't gotten a second go of it, you know? I think that it was an interesting core that deserves a second chance. That's what I was going to say last episode about like how Morona would fare. It depends entirely on who she... I think that she would hate everything about Gig, but everybody should hate Gig. Gig is, with the benefit of being able to turn off the console and separate yourself from Gig.
I don't know Gig.
You shouldn't. You don't wanna.
Okay.
He's on purpose the worst for most of Soul Nomad. But I mean, he's like, he and Metalia, I think, from The Witch and the 100 Knight, I think. Is that the title? They are purposefully reprehensible in the extreme. Like, Metalia was so bad that I think that it's part of what turned me off her game eventually.
Like mean bad or
yeah.
which kind of bad? Just like freaking
like
incorrigible evil a-hole?
Like I sort of had a problem while I was playing it. Because it was ambiguous whether or not they intended it to be a comedy scene. But I'm going to now view it as not. Like, I'm going to give the developers the benefit of the doubt and say, like, it was not supposed to be comedy. It was supposed to be a representation of Metalia being really bad, right? Metalia has a grudge against other spellcasters, other witches, right?
Just all of them?
Yeah, there's I think a specific one in particular, but one of them, she gets her in a pitiable position, right? Like a post-battle, like, I've won, so now you're gonna do what this is how my will shall be imposed. And her will is to delight in that other character, I think being transmogrified, like transmutation. Yeah, transmuted into an animal, and then she delights as it's like a mouse, I think. It's like, ha, you have been turned into some small mammal, and now I'm going to cackle because these other naturally occurring mammals of that species are going to chase you around in a sexual fashion.
That's cruel.
Yeah,
on
and
like
yes,
1,000 levels.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's dark. I think it might have been darker than they intended. Which again, like I can't remember. I can't remember like the music of the scene, like if it was one of like the bubbly tracks that Disgaea NIS titles have.
But still, I mean, that's not super funny.
Well, yeah, like no,
Yeah.
not at all. The only way that I would have been satisfied at the end of that title is if Metalia got some sort of comeuppance. But
Yeah.
I don't know if that was happening. 'Cause, I mean, like, The thing is that they will go to extreme lengths to try to justify certain characters' behavior. And that was another issue. That was like another warning, not warning sign. It's something else that worried me about that game, because I thought like, whoa, if they're doing this now, to be perfectly blunt, it's like, what kind of, like, netherworld sex dungeon was Metalia trapped in, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't think that they're gonna put this in here so flippantly. They're going to have something that they think is of equal strength.
Yeah.
Right? Whether or not that's true or not, she did not track as like a comedy character. I was not expecting the twist to be like, they stole my pudding, right? Mm-hmm. I was not expecting a Laharl and Etna feud. I was expecting like, they killed my parents and made me watch, and then they fed me to a demon, and I was stuck in there for 1,000 years, and I had to have a clutch. I was responsible for the birth of a clutch of demon babies, and now I'm going to inflict 10,000 years of
harm upon the world and its surroundings.
Right, because her objective is to cover the world in swamp.
That's so dumb.
Well, she's a swamp witch.
Ugh, still, swamp? I don't even think that...
What? I liked that part. That was very flavorful. That was very, like...
When was the last time you were in a swamp?
Well, I mean, it's a garbagey place to be, but that's part of it, right? It's like she has her thing, which is... I like this poisonous bog.
I like this poisonous bog, and I want everything to be this poisonous bog. Okay, fine. But
that part I was fine with. I thought that was a pretty unique objective.
Swamp is one of those environments that I'm like, that is not for people.
Yeah.
That is not for people. That is for all the animals. Y'all can stay there.
Every bug,
every amphibious monster. Just not me.
And Gig is the same way. Gig is... the thing that they both share is cursing in the extreme. Like, Metalia was so bad that there were long strings where they bleeped it, I think, for the purposes of comedy.
Yeah.
But I found it to be very abrasive. And Gig is the same way. I kind of, with the benefit of being able to turn the console off, I appreciate Gig for his awfulness. Mm-hmm. But in that context, in the context of having Gig interact with Morona, and like the nose immediately crinkles. It's like, no, I don't want to see it.
Don't be near her.
I don't want that.
You have to leave now.
Yeah, Gig is a big
Moronakins is here. You leave.
I changed my mind. Gig is a big piece of shit and should stay in Soul Nomad. But there's a reason for that too. Like I think that there was like a grand betrayal on like a cosmic celestial scale, right? That's Gig's whole deal.
Is the snowstorm over?
Thank you, Morona. Ash, you saved our lives.
That we did.
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit, I'm surprised you were able to defeat a part of Sulfur.
And there it is. That's the thing.
Count Malt, do you think Sulfur will show himself again?
I believe it won't be long until Sulfur has fully emerged once more.
Because apparently that's what's been on the line this whole time.
It's okay. We have Brave the Green. We'll be fine.
I see.
No, it would be Brave Verde. Is that right?
Well, she says chartreuse.
Yeah, but that's not funny because that's not a salsa.
Brave Verdi.
Yeah.
We wanted to go Italian about it.
How did you happen to find me? Did somebody hire you?
Yeah, bird.
Yep, it was.
A bird.
Mr. Frank!
They did the whole sprite. That makes me happy.
Yerp.
Hey, we're supposed to keep that a secret, remember?
Oops, that's right.
Something wrong?
Everything's fine.
We saw a bird.
Oh, no, nothing at all. This was all a coincidence.
That was not very good, Morona.
15 chapters later, and lying is still shaky. It's either dragons, there are dragons everywhere, or no, we wandered out into this blizzard on an island we've never been to before and will never visit again. Coincidence.
Ugh.
We were, in the neighborhood.
It's not any better.
No.
We're both terrible
I'm glad
liars.
we found you, though. Scrabbits are supposed to be lucky, right?
Yeah, that's true. You sure are lucky, Count Malt.
It was a really funny Ash sprite.
Oh my god. What is this, Morona?
They're both just...
losing it. They're
Yeah.
breaking down. We had lying, so now we dance.
They skillfully dodged the question.
Did you hear?
Okay.
That Morona girl is at it again.
Yeah, she saved the Count of Aquamarine.
Okay.
That's good.
You mean the famous Count Malt of the Celeste clan? She must have made bank off the reward.
Saving someone
People
by
are
chance
awful.
and getting paid a fortune? Man, being a chroma's easy money.
You know, Scarlet the Brave was a lot better than some spoiled, money-hungry little girl.
Okay, listen.
People are awful.
Cauldron needs to put some more money down, I think.
That's
Yeah.
outrageous! Morona cares not for money. She helps those in need. Her actions are earnest and the model of sincerity.
Hey, look, it's paying off.
I've seen
Finally.
the innocence in her eyes and the purity of her heart. I know
Weirdo. No one's gonna
firsthand.
listen to him.
He's a pretty vocal weirdo. He only has to wander to enough towns where people don't already know that he is cracked.
Yeah.
And you are?